Hello everyone. Today, I'll continue sharing the story of the single mother, Tieu San. I hope you all enjoy this video. Since the day Tieu San decided to give the scarf to Hai, she has poured her whole heart into knitting it. Every loop of yarn is like a heartbeat, a whisper of longing. Each morning after setting up her small stall, she sits quietly by the porch, her fingers moving swiftly, eyes filled with thought. She wants the scarf to be warm not only because of the wool, but because it carries her genuine affection. Hai, as usual, stops by every morning with a cup of hot coffee for her. He doesn't know that, right after he leaves, Tieu San always smiles softly, then picks up the half-finished scarf to continue her work. Somewhere else, Mai's mother, Mrs. Han, hasn't been able to rest since the conversation with her daughter. She knows Mai too well, knows her blind love for Hai, and that frightens her. Love, when unreturned, can easily turn into dangerous obsession. After many sleepless nights of reflection, she decides to meet Hai. That morning she arrives at his office, her face stern but full of concern. As she steps inside, she says gently, "Mr. Hai, I'm sorry to come unannounced. I know about Mai. She's foolish and stubborn, but she's still my daughter. If you truly don't have feelings for her, please be more decisive. Don't let her cling to false hope and end up hurt even more." Hai stays silent for a moment, eyes downcast with guilt and empathy. He understands a mother's heart, but he also knows feelings can't be forced. "I understand, ma'am. I'll talk to Mai clearly once and for all. I don't want anyone to be hurt further." Mrs. Han nods and sighs. There's sadness in her eyes but also relief. All she wishes for is that her daughter finds the strength to let go, not to lose herself over a man. Outside, the afternoon wind grows colder. At a small corner of the market, Tieu San finishes a few more rows of stitches. She looks up and smiles, unaware that somewhere else, a mother is quietly clearing the path for her happiness. After meeting Mrs. Han, Hai returns home, his heart heavy. The conversation may have seemed simple, yet it left him deep in thought. He understands the worry of a mother, just like his own mother, who has often lost sleep out of fear that her son might get hurt. That evening, in the softly lit living room, Hai tells his mother everything. Mrs. Thoa listens silently, hands resting on a warm teacup, steam drifting upward. "My son," she says softly, "I understand how Mai's mother feels. Every parent wants their child to be happy, but love cannot be forced. When two hearts don't belong together, forcing it only causes more pain." Hai nods, eyes turning toward the moonlight filtering through the window. "I know, Mom. I just hope Mai will understand and let go, so she can find someone who truly loves her. As for me, I just want peace. I don't want anyone to be hurt anymore." Mrs. Thoa smiles gently. "You're doing the right thing. A man should be decisive yet kind. Love cannot be built on pity. Stay sincere, and everyone will eventually find the person they deserve." They continue talking for a long while, laughter gradually returning to the warm house. Mrs. Thoa refills his teacup, her eyes filled with quiet affection. Outside, the night breeze brushes through the trees, carrying the faint scent of flowers. Somewhere else, Tieu San continues knitting the final rows of the scarf for Hai, as if each thread is not just made of yarn, but of understanding and empathy. A simple kind of love, yet stronger than any promise. After many months of knowing each other and overcoming countless challenges together, Tone decided to take Trang home to meet his parents. When he told her, Trang felt both nervous and uncertain. She had never imagined she would be accepted so easily. Though her heart was filled with happiness, a quiet fear of being judged still lingered. That morning, Tone drove to pick her up himself. He had chosen for her a soft beige dress, simple yet elegant. On the way, he gently took her hand and said, "Don't worry. My parents are very kind. They'll like you, I promise." His words soothed her heart. When the car stopped in front of a lovely two-story house nestled in a peaceful neighborhood, Trang felt as if she had stepped into a warm, sunlit world filled with flowers. The white iron gate was framed by blooming bougainvillea, bright and vibrant. Tone's mother was the first to come out, her smile gentle and welcoming. "Oh, hello dear, you must be Trang. You're just as sweet and kind-looking as Tone said." Trang bowed slightly, her voice trembling. "Yes, good morning, ma'am." Then Tone's father came out from inside, a dignified man with a kind face. He poured her a cup of tea and began asking small, thoughtful questions about her work, her health, and her pregnancy. "6 months along already? You look healthy, that's good. Make sure you eat well and stay happy. That's how the baby grows strong." His genuine concern moved Trang deeply. For the first time in a long while, she felt truly welcomed, cared for like a real member of a family. Lunch that day was warm and cheerful. Tone's mother kept adding food to her bowl. "Eat up, dear. I made sour snakehead fish soup, good for appetite. Pregnant women often feel queasy, so you need to change dishes often." Tone sat beside her, smiling as he helped fill her plate. The laughter and conversation around the table filled Trang's heart with happiness. She had long yearned for such a peaceful home, one without criticism or loneliness, only love and care. After the meal, Tone's mother pulled her son aside and whispered, "Remember to take Trang shopping for some milk and things for the baby tomorrow. 6 months now, her belly's heavy, she shouldn't be walking too much. You take care of her properly, you hear me?" Then she turned to Trang, gently holding her hand. "Don't be shy, dear. You're family now. If you need anything, just tell me. When you feel better, let me visit your parents. We'll talk and choose a good day for the wedding soon. The sooner the better. The baby should be born into a proper, loving family." Trang's eyes welled up with tears. She couldn't believe that after years of enduring loneliness and harsh judgment, she was finally treated with such kindness and warmth. On the way home, Tone slowed the car. The evening breeze blew through, lifting strands of Trang's hair. He turned slightly toward her and said softly, "My mom really likes you. Don't worry, from now on I'll take care of both you and the baby. Trust me, okay?" Trang looked at him, then placed her hand on her belly, where the little life inside seemed to stir as if feeling her joy. Her eyes sparkled as a bright, contented smile appeared on her lips. In her heart she whispered, "My child, from now on, you and I won't be alone anymore. You'll be born into love, into the warm home I've always dreamed of." The car rolled on, the golden sunset bathing the road in soft light. A new chapter was beginning in Trang's life, one of peace, hope, and the love she truly deserved. That same morning, Tiểu San was watering pots of chrysanthemums on her porch when a familiar sound echoed from the alley, the rumble of Hai's motorbike. She looked up just in time to see him arriving, the back of his bike loaded with wooden planks, rolls of climbing vines, flower pots, and a bag of tools. "What are you planning to do with all that?" Tiểu San asked, half laughing, half curious. Hai set the bike aside, wiped the sweat from his forehead, and smiled warmly. "I'm going on a business trip for a few days. I was afraid you might get lonely, so I thought I'd build you a flower trellis and a little swing under it. When you sit there and look at the flowers, you'll think of me." Those simple words filled Tiểu San's heart with warmth. She looked down shyly, a gentle smile blooming on her lips. It had been so long since someone had truly thought of her this way. Without delay, Hai got to work. He measured each plank carefully, then started sawing and hammering. Tiểu San helped him, holding the wood, painting, tidying up. The sounds of hammering and laughter blended together in the air. "Be careful, you might get a splinter," she warned. "It's okay, I'm used to it. I just want to make sure it's sturdy for you," he replied with a grin. Sweat glistened on his forehead. Tiểu San reached out to wipe it gently with a small cloth. Their eyes met for a moment, awkward yet intimate, as the golden noon sunlight painted their faces with warmth. All afternoon they worked side by side. When the wooden frame was finally complete, Hai hung up pots of pink tigon and red bougainvillea. Tieu San stood watching, her heart fluttering with every swaying petal. At last, the trellis stood finished, with a smooth wooden swing beneath, handcrafted by Hai himself. He gave it a gentle push, it swayed softly. Tieu San sat down, her long hair lifting in the breeze, her smile radiant under the setting sun. "It's beautiful," she said. "I didn't know you were this skillful." "As long as you like it, that's all that matters," Hai replied, eyes full of tenderness. As twilight fell, the soft sunlight bathed the small garden. Hai opened his bike's compartment and took out a bag of food he had prepared. Hot rice, caramelized fish, mixed vegetable soup, and a box of lotus seed sweet soup. "I figured you'd be busy, so I brought dinner. Let's eat outside, it'll be nice." They set up a small table on the porch. The breeze carried the faint fragrance of flowers. Hai sat across from her, talking about his upcoming business trip and the plans he hoped to achieve when he returned. Tieu San listened quietly, smiling from time to time. The simple meal felt more complete than any grand feast, filled with warmth and peace. When the meal was nearly over, Hai spoke softly. "I'll be gone about a week. Remember to eat on time and don't stay up late. This trellis, consider it my gift to you. Whenever you look at it, just think of me." "Okay." Tieu San nodded, eyes shimmering with tears. She didn't want to appear weak, but her heart overflowed with emotion. "Don't worry. I'll take good care of it, so that when you come back, the flowers will be in full bloom." Hai smiled, gently holding her hand. Neither spoke again. Only the sound of rustling leaves and the sweet scent of blossoms filled the air. As dusk settled, the golden light of sunset spread across the garden, bathing the new trellis in honey-like warmth. On the wooden swing sat two silhouettes side by side, a peaceful, tender moment wrapped in love and quiet understanding. From somewhere afar, church bells rang faintly. Hai looked up at the violet-tinged sky and murmured, "If only every day could be this peaceful, that would be enough for me." Tieu San said nothing, just rested her head on his shoulder. She knew that even though Hai would leave tomorrow, his love, like the flowers above them, would remain blooming beautifully through time. That morning, the first sunlight filtered gently through the flower trellis that Hai had built the day before. Tieu San woke up early, quietly watering each small pot of plants, watching the young tigon vines begin to climb the wooden frame. Dew still clung to the leaves, and the breeze carried the scent of fresh soil mixed with the soft fragrance of flowers. She smiled as her gaze fell upon the swing beneath the trellis, the gift Hai had made with his own hands before leaving on his business trip. It had only been one night, yet she already missed him deeply. While she was carefully tying up a few flower stems, a familiar voice called out from the gate. "Sister San, are you home?" Tieu San froze for a second. Turning around, she saw Trang walking in, her former sister-in-law, whom she hadn't seen in a long time. In her hands was a basket of fruit, her face bright though tinged with shyness. "Trang, it's been so long since you visited," Tieu San said with a gentle smile. "Yes, I wanted to tell you something," Trang replied, her eyes sincere. They sat together on the porch, the morning breeze rustling the bougainvillea overhead. Trang began to speak, her voice trembling with emotion. She told Tieu San that Tone, the man she'd been seeing, had officially taken her home to meet his parents, who treated her with warmth and kindness, asking about her and reminding Tone to care for her well. Her voice quavered as she recalled. "When Tone's mother held my hand, she said, 'Don't worry, dear. From now on you're family. If you need anything, tell me.' I couldn't help but cry, sister." Tieu San smiled softly, her eyes glimmering with genuine happiness. "I'm so glad for you, Trang. After everything, you finally found someone who truly cherishes you." Trang lowered her head, her tone remorseful. "I was foolish before. I did things that hurt you. I didn't understand back then, but now I do. I'm grateful you were still kind to me." even when I didn't deserve it. Tieu San gently touched her hand and smiled like the morning sun. The past is over, Trang. We all make mistakes. What matters is that we learn from them. I never held a grudge. I only wished you happiness. Trang looked up, her eyes brimming with tears. In every word from Tieu San, she could feel a true and selfless forgiveness, no longer between former in-laws, but between two women who had both known pain and were now learning to forgive themselves and each other. They talked for a long time about the new flower trellis, about Trang's 6-month pregnancy, and about the simple hopes they both carried for the future. When Trang finally stood up to leave, she looked around the sunlit garden and smiled. Now I understand why Hai loves you so much. This place and you bring such peace. Tieu San only smiled, walking her to the gate. She watched Trang disappear down the narrow lane, her heart filled with warmth and relief. The shadows of old misunderstandings had lifted. Only affection and quiet hope remained. When Trang got home, her mother Mrs. Han was sitting by the window sewing a shirt, sighing softly. Her brother's son, Tieu San's ex-husband, was stacking bags of goods in the corner. Seeing Trang enter, their mother looked up and asked cautiously, "Where have you been all morning?" Trang smiled, setting the fruit basket on the table. "I went to visit Sister San, it's been a while. And I wanted to tell you about Tone and me." Mrs. Han frowned slightly, worry flickering in her eyes. "Tone, that young man from the pharmaceutical company? What did he say?" Trang nodded, her face glowing. "He took me to meet his parents, Mom. They're wonderful, so kind, and they even adore the baby." For a moment, Mrs. Han was silent. Then she sighed, her voice trembling. "Really? They didn't say anything about your past?" "No, Mom," Trang said softly, eyes shining. "Tone told me every child deserves love. And his mother said the past doesn't matter, only sincerity does." Tears welled in Mrs. Han's eyes. She wiped them quickly with the back of her hand. "That's all I've ever hoped to hear. I don't need riches or titles. Just to know that my daughter is loved and cared for. That's enough." Son looked up from the corner, his tone quiet and heavy. "I'm happy for you, Trang. I made mistakes with Tieu San. I couldn't keep what I had. But seeing you find someone good, it feels like a little redemption." Trang swallowed her tears. "I saw Sister San today. She forgave everything. She said the past is past. I'm so grateful to her." Mrs. Han nodded gently. "She's a good woman. I misjudged her before. If it weren't for her, our family might have fallen apart. Live well now, my child. Don't betray their kindness or yourself." The house fell into a peaceful silence, not heavy but serene. Sunlight streamed through the window, illuminating the three faces of those who had once hurt each other, but had now learned forgiveness and peace. Outside, the laughter of children drifted through the neighborhood. Trang placed her hand over her belly, feeling the baby's soft kick. She smiled, a pure, quiet smile. For the first time in years, the future seemed truly bright. That afternoon, the sun bathed everything in a golden glow. The breeze gently rustled through the trellis that Hai had built before leaving. Tieu San was watering the flowers when she heard a motorbike stop at the gate. Looking up, she was startled to see Mai standing there. Mai wore a simple dress, her face thinner and more tired than before, her eyes filled with hesitation and regret. Tieu San froze, surprised. It had been a long time since they'd met after all the painful events of the past. "Sand, may I talk to you for a moment?" Mai asked softly, her tone nothing like the proud woman she once was. Tieu San nodded, opened the gate, and invited her to sit on the porch. The air was calm, carrying only the rustle of leaves and the faint scent of bougainvillea. Mai clasped her hands, her voice trembling. "I came to apologize. I've been haunted by what I did. That day I acted rashly and selfishly. I never thought about the consequences. My mother talked to me and now I understand. I was wrong, truly wrong." Tieu San looked at her quietly. Her eyes no longer held anger, only calm and a trace of sorrow. She took a gentle breath and replied, it's all in the past. I don't blame you. We all make mistakes, what matters is realizing them. Just think carefully from now on, and don't do anything you'll regret again. Hearing this, Mai lowered her head as tears fell onto her clasped hands. Thank you. I never thought you'd be so forgiving. She pulled out a small wad of money and placed it on the table. This is what I've saved. I know it's nothing, but please take it, as a small way to make up for what I did. Tieu San looked at it, then gently pushed it back toward her. I don't need your money. Some things can't be fixed with money, only with sincerity. You came and apologized, that's enough. Mai looked up, her eyes red and trembling. I'll remember what you said. Promise. I'll live differently. They sat together for a while in silence. The sound of birds calling in the distance mingled with the scent of flowers in bloom. When Mai finally left, she bowed deeply, not just in farewell but in repentance. Tieu San watched her go until her figure disappeared down the small alley. A strange calm filled her heart. The weight she'd carried for so long had finally lifted. As evening fell, she sat on the swing beneath the trellis, bathed in the last rays of sunlight. The pink tigon flowers swayed gently, their petals trembling like small smiles in the wind. She thought back to everything, the pain, the misunderstandings, the resentment she once held toward fate. But now, after seeing Mai again, she realized, some wounds only truly heal when we learn to forgive. She whispered to herself, I guess I never needed an apology to feel at peace. I just needed to let go. The golden twilight spread across the small garden. The breeze carried the sweet fragrance of flowers, brushing through her hair like a quiet embrace. Tieu San smiled, a genuine smile of serenity, after so many heavy days. From afar, the laughter of children echoed, mingling with the soft chime of temple bells. In that moment, she felt as though her heart had been cleansed. All bitterness, misunderstanding, and pain dissolved into the wind. Tomorrow, when Hai returned, she would tell him everything, about the meeting and about how at last, she had untied the knot in her heart.
Xin chào mọi người, rất vui được gặp lại mọi người trong video của mình. Hiện tại video của mình đang kể về câu chuyện của người mẹ đơn thân lính Tiểu San. Và sau những biến cố khó khăn thì cuối cùng Tiểu San cũng tìm được hạnh phúc của mình là Hải. Còn về phía Trang thì sau những cuộc sống của quá khứ trước đây, Trang đã thay đổi và gặp được Toàn, một người yêu thương cô thật lòng. Liệu rằng hai cặp đôi này sẽ đến với nhau như thế nào và hạnh phúc của họ sẽ đi về đâu? Mời mọi người đón xem ở những video tiếp theo nha. Ở những video tiếp theo thì sẽ hé lộ nhiều tình tiết hay và hấp dẫn hơn, mà mọi người nhớ đón xem để không bỏ lỡ video. Mọi người nhớ chú ý đón xem vào lúc khung giờ 7 giờ tối tại Việt Nam, và nhớ ủng hộ kênh của mình để mình có động lực ra nhiều video hơn. Cảm ơn mọi người đã xem hết video hôm nay. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại mọi người nha.